Welcome to a Miss Mindy Minute. This is a time where you, as a student, and I, as a school counselor, work on what can sometimes be the hardest things. Heart things. During our time together, we will focus on ways that you can make your heart and your actions and your choices to mirror the heart of Jesus. Today, I'm here with my friend, Burt. Say hi, Burt.
Hi.
I've asked him to come and join us because there's a problem that we need to.
I'm so glad I'm here to meet you. This is my first time of being on camera and I'm really excited.
Burt, you just interrupted me. I was saying to my friends there at school that there's a problem you and I are having, and
I'm sorry, Miss Mindy. I just get excited and I feel like I have to say something right then.
I know, Burt, I know, and I understand. I'm excited that you're excited. I want to share with our friends too, but you just did it again.
Did what?
Burt, you blurted out and interrupted me again. In fact, I'm going to call you Blurt Burt. Yes, from now on, it's Blurt Burt because there's a problem and we need to work on it to help you. It's something that makes it hard to be successful in school and in friendships.
Well, okay. I want to be successful in school and friendships, so what can I do?
I'm glad you asked. I thought it would be helpful if we read a read aloud book. Would you be okay with that?
Oh, yeah, sure. I love books. Oh, let's do it.
Okay, great, Blurt Burt. Okay, we're going to read Interrupting Chicken, and as we're reading, I want you to look out for ways that chicken blurts and interrupts. Can you do that?
Oh, yes, I can do that, and I bet our friends at school can too.
Oh, that's a good idea. You there in your classroom, you can help us. Be on the lookout for ways that chicken blurts or interrupts the story. Are you ready? Here we go.
This book is called The Interrupting Chicken by David Ezra Stein, interpreted by Jill Gillen.
This book is called Interrupting Chicken, right, Papa?
Yes. Now, please don't interrupt the story. It was bedtime for Little Red Chicken. Okay, my little chicken, said Papa. Are you ready to go to sleep?
Oh, yes, Papa, but you forgot something.
What's that? asked Papa.
A bedtime story.
All right, said Papa. I'll read you one of your favorites. And of course, you're not going to interrupt the story tonight, are you?
Oh, no, Papa. I'll be good.
Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel were very hungry. Deep in the woods, they found a house made of candy. Nibble, nibble, nibble. They began to eat the house until an old woman who lived there came out and said,
"What lovely children! Why don't you come inside?"
They were just about to follow her in when...
Out jumped the Little Red Chicken, and she said, "Don't go in, she's a big bad witch." So Hansel and Gretel didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa.
you interrupted the story. Try not to get so involved.
Oh, I'm sorry, Papa, but she really was a mean old witch.
Well, you're supposed to be relaxing so that you can fall asleep.
Let's try another story. I'll be good.
All right. Let's try Little Red Riding Hood. Take this basket of goodies to Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood's mother. Don't stray from the path. The woods are full of danger. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along through the deep woods. By and by, she met a wolf who wished her good morning. She was about to answer him when...
Out jumped a little red chicken and said, "Don't talk to strangers." So the Little Red Riding Hood didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Oh, yes, Papa.
you did it again. You interrupted 2 stories, and you're not even sleepy.
Oh, I know, Papa. I'm sorry. But he was a mean old wolf.
Yes, now let's get back into bed.
Okay, Papa, let's try one more little story, and I'll be good.
Okay, well, let's try Chicken Little. Chicken Little was hit on the head by an acorn. "The sky is falling," she thought. She went about to run off and warn Goosey Lucy and Ducky Lucky and Henny Penny and everyone on the farm that the sky was falling when...
Out jumped a little red chicken, and she said, "Don't panic. It's just a little acorn." So little chicken didn't. The end.
Chicken,
Yes, Papa.
you did it again.
Oh, Papa, I couldn't let that little chicken get all upset over a tiny little acorn. Please read one more story, and I promise I'll fall asleep.
But Chicken, said Papa, we're all out of stories.
Oh, no, Papa. I can't go to sleep without a story.
Then, said Papa, yawning, why don't you tell me a story?
Me? Tell a story?
Said the little red chicken.
Oh, okay, Papa. Well, here goes. A story. Bedtime for Papa by Chicken. That's me. Once there was a little red chicken who put her Papa to bed. She read him 100 stories. She even gave him warm milk. But nothing worked. He stayed wide awake all... Papa? Oh, okay. Well, good night, Papa. Sleep tight. The end.
So, Blurt Burt, what did you think of this story?
Oh, Chicken interrupted a lot.
Yeah, you're right. How do you think that changed story time?
Well, Chicken's interrupting was rude, and
The story took much longer to read, and so his dad fell asleep. Yeah, you're so right. In the same way that Chicken's interrupting was rude to his dad, interrupting in a classroom is rude to the teacher and to the other students. Plus, learning takes much longer if there's interruptions.
And also, I thought it was a little too long and I didn't like the reader's voice. Uh-oh.
Blurt Burt, not only do you have a problem like Chicken with interrupting, but you have a problem with blurting.
What do you mean? What's the difference between interrupting and blurting?
Yes, good point. Okay, so interrupting is what Chicken was doing, right? Saying something when someone else is already talking, right? It makes it tough, especially at school, because interrupting often speaks over the teacher or the classmate when they're already talking, right? It can be rude and it can keep others from learning.
Well, I can zip it and lock it.
When I say something, when I want to say something, I could zip it,
lock it, and raise my hand until I'm called on.
oh, Blurt Blurt Burt. That's a really good idea. That's perfect. Okay, let's practice, okay? So, yesterday, my family and I went to go eat ice cream after school, and okay, Blurt Burt, yes, you did it, right? You zipped it, you locked it, you raised your hand. Now, is there something you want to tell me about ice cream? Oh, yes, yeah. I want to say that my favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate chip cookie dough. Oh, yum. That is my favorite flavor, too. Thank you for telling me that. And thank you for zipping, locking, and raising your hand. That was a great way to not interrupt me. So, now that we've got interrupting conquered, let's work on blurting. But what's blurting? Right. Okay. So blurting is saying thoughts that should be kept in your head. We all have thoughts that we want to share sometimes, but there's two kinds of thoughts. Thoughts that should be kept in our head and thoughts that should be said. What did you mean? Okay. So, well, there's lots of things that should be said, right? There are things like helpful thoughts. There's things like positive comments, right? Opinions in a respectful way. Compliments about physical appearance that won't make others uncomfortable. General questions. Those are all good things to say out loud. Okay, like saying those, let's saying those things out loud, but what are some things I shouldn't say? Right, good question, Blurt Burt. Okay, so thoughts that should be kept in our head and not said are things like insults, negative comments, opinions in a disrespectful way, comments about weight or physical appearance, really personal questions, or comments about politics or religion or race, depending on who you are talking to. Oh, that's hard. I think I'll need some practice with that. Absolutely. I was thinking we all need practice with that, right? So let's do some practice right now. Oh, yes. And let's have our classroom friends help. Oh, good idea, Blurt Burt. Okay. So I am going to either give you a think it or a say it phrase, and I'm going to choose, and I need you in your classroom to tell me if that's a thought that we should keep in our head or a thought that should be said. Are you ready? Oh, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready, classroom friends? Okay, here we go. Okay, all right, Blurt Burt, here's my first one. Okay. You're really tall. You should play basketball. This is a tough one. Okay, you're really tall. You should play basketball. Is that something that you should keep in your head or something that should be said? Ready there in your classroom? Talk to yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Which do you think? You're really tall. You should play basketball. What do you think? They're kind of conflicted. What do you think, Bert? Yes, Bert. I'm not sure because it's not said in a very nice way. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so making an observation about somebody's physical appearance may not be a bad thing, but the way it's being said isn't complimentary. It's almost like it's being said in a bad way. You're really tall. You should play basketball. I hardly ever like hearing the word should because somebody's idea of what should happen isn't necessarily the other person's idea. So I think complimenting somebody's height, like, you are so tall you could play basketball, might be a positive way, but you're really tall, you should play basketball could be a negative. Okay, so that way that it's phrased, I think, is not something that should be said, but rather something that should be kept in one's head, right? Okay, let's try another one. I'm thinking of, whoa, your shirt is really bright. It makes me cheerful. Okay, what do we think? What do we think there in the classroom? Your shirt is really bright. It makes me cheerful. What do we think? Okay. Okay, Blurt Burt. Oh, yes. Okay, so they're saying that one's shirt is bright could be not very nice, except that they follow it up by saying it made them cheerful. So I think that's something that could be said. Yeah, I think so too. Okay, here's the difference, right? Woof. Your shirt is so bright it's blinding me. That's something that we should keep in our head, right? But your shirt is so bright it makes me cheerful. That's something that could be said. Good, you're doing good. Okay. Your accent is weird. Your accent is weird. What do we think, guys? This is a pretty easy one. Talk there in your classroom. Is your accent is weird something that you should keep in your head or something that should be said? What do we think? Okay, Blurt Burt, what do you think? I think it should be kept in our heads. Yeah, kept in our heads. I think so too. Because there's nothing that anyone can do about their accent, right? And so we don't want to be critical of it, and especially calling something weird. That's hurtful, right? Your shoes look old. Do you not have money? Your shoes look old. Do you not have money? Talk there in your classroom. What do you think? Your shoes look old. Do you not have money? Is that something that should be kept in your head or something that should be said? What do you think, Blurt Burt? I think I remember you saying that blurting about money was not a good idea, right? That was on the no list? Yeah, you're right. Okay, and anytime we're talking about money, even if we're saying like, are you rich? We don't talk about other people's finances. That is something that should be kept in our head, not something that should be said, right? Okay. Your skin is so dark. Do you get sunburned? Okay, your skin is so dark. Do you get sunburned? Okay, is that something that you should keep in your head or a thought that could be said? Talk in your classroom. What do you think? Something that you should keep in your head or something that could be said? Blurt Burt, what do you think? I think that anytime we're talking about someone's skin color, it needs to be positive. Okay, absolutely. Okay, so I'll tell you what I do. I notice people's skin colors and I compliment them. I will say, oh my goodness, your skin is glowing, or man, your whole face lights up when you smile, right? Things like that. But to say your skin is so dark, do you get sunburned? That's negative, right? That's actually talking negatively about someone's ethnicity, and we want to be very careful about that, right? Because God created us each so special, and every skin color is something beautiful to be celebrated, right? So saying, your skin color is so dark, do you get sunburned? Absolutely not. That is something that should be kept in your head and not said. Okay, got it, Blurt Burt? Oh yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I think that I've conquered both interrupting and blurting now. With interrupting, I need to zip it, lock it, and raise my hand. And if I feel like blurting, I need to ask myself if it's a thought that should be said or a thought that I need to keep in my head. Yeah, absolutely right, Blurt Burt. You nailed it. And you know what? I think that I can just call you Burt from now on, right? Because you aren't blurting and you're not interrupting anymore. Good for you, buddy. That's all for today's Miss Mindy Minutes. Until next time, bye-bye.